The set menu, or the button with the picture of the pliers and the screwdriver, is where a lot of settings can be changed for the machine based on the way you're setting it up to sew. So first off, you see the first one is thread tension. Now that thread tension is kind of an automatic thread tension, meaning depending on which stitch you are on when you touch the set menu will give you the tension for that stitch. So for example, if we go to a buttonhole, you want this tension to be less because the stitches will pull to the back side. You get a prettier looking buttonhole. But look, what is the tension set for? Less. It's already set for you to be 2.4, which is exactly a setting to start off with. So all the stitches kind of have a preset tension that you can adjust up or down. And to adjust it, you're going to use the arrows to the right or to the left to make it higher or looser. And you'll notice that the number will change and will kind of be highlighted so you can easily find where the setting is to be. So we'll just go ahead and put that back to normal. The next is the pressure foot pressure. So you can adjust how firm that foot comes down on the fabric and adjust that for what you need it to be, kind of like overriding the machine's default setting. Sensor foot auto, this will allow you to set up where you don't want the foot to pop up when you have the needle down and it stops to pivot and the needle, or I should say the foot pops up. You can turn that off. So if you don't want the foot popping up every time, just touch OK and that little X will leave the box and now that is no longer on. But go ahead and turn that back on. It is a great feature. It's a great time-saving feature actually. The Fix Auto, you notice that when you start off sewing, it starts with some locking stitches. For some reason you don't want that, you can come in here, select Fix Auto, touch OK, and it will take off those locking stitches for you. Cut Auto, there's a couple places where the machine will cut automatically for your stitches, like in embroidery at the end of a buttonhole. Those are already preset. Once again, if you don't want those to be done, you can uncheck the box. Twin needle, and we'll do a twin needle or double needle so you can see how this works. First off, you have to actually turn it on. And so by putting a little check in the box, that indicates that you're going to be using it. Next, you can set the machine using arrows to the right or left of which size of twin needle you will be inserting. So if I went ahead and told it I'm putting a 4.0 double needle in, and I touch the set menu button to get out of here, well, we definitely won't be able to use it on a buttonhole. So let's go back to a straight stitch, and it will tell us that it has 4.0 millimeter. If I pick a zigzag, for example, it will limit my width. So I can't make it any wider than the machine knows. It takes the 7 millimeter wide stitch width minus the size of the twin needle, which was 4, and I cannot go bigger than 3 millimeters. That's why I got the message for that particular thing. If I turn the machine off right now and turn it back on, there'll be a little pop-up message that will remind you that you still have the twin needle function on, and that's to double check, did you really take the needle out or did you not? So we'll go back in there, we'll uncheck that box, and we'll keep moving on. Stitch width safety. You can purchase a throat plate that is actually with a single hole. And with a single hole throat plate, you really don't want to be stitching decorative stitches, zigzag, or anything. So come in here, tell the machine you're putting that on. With that little X in there, it will make sure you only have the needle in the center needle position. And it won't let you move it off, won't let you pick any other stitches. Well, it will. It'll just show as a straight stitch on your screen. Free motion floating foot. When you are free motion quilting, you'll want to actually turn one of these on. The free motion floating, that's the one when you're using the R foot. That's the one that came with the machine. Free motion spring action foot, that's the one I really prefer. If you're a free motion quilter, you're going to like that a lot better, and that's the second option. So you would actually engage that and turn that on. So those are for free motion quilting. Buttonhole balance, if you're ever having any issues where the buttonhole's not lining up, balancing out, you can come in here and help adjust the feed dogs for it. The last couple here, Audible Alarm, where you're hearing a little beep when things are being touched. Those, you can turn that off if you don't want the little beeps. Contrast to your screen, if this isn't dark enough or it's too light, you can change that. Language, you can change your language. We'll leave it on English, and your current sewing machine version. And then that is something that your dealer can also update for you, or you can do it via the Husqvarna Viking website, and if you don't have the most current version. These machines aren't updated a ton, but if there is anything, like I said, usually your dealer would be happy to do the update for you via the USB stick. So when you're done here, go ahead and turn the stitch menu off by touching the same button, the tools here. But remember, probably the one you're going to use the most here is for the tension, so we'll roll that all the way back to the top side. And then that can be changed as needed. But it's nice to know what all the things you can change within this machine.